Welcome to Part 2. In Part 1, we established that generative AI is a powerful assistant, but not an authority. We learned to define the task before opening an AI tool and explored 6 professional work patterns: learn, create, improve, analyze, brainstorm, and decide. That foundation now allows us to move from understanding the task to choosing the right tool and communicating with it effectively. By the end of this video, you will learn how to select an appropriate AI system and structure clear professional prompts using 4 simple questions. Step 2. Choose the right AI tool. Once the objective is clear, choose the tool that fits the task. Do not ask, "Which is the best AI?" Ask, "Which AI tool is most appropriate for this particular task?" Different AI tools have different strengths. Some are designed for general conversation and writing. Others specialize in research, coding, document analysis, images, multimedia creation, productivity applications, or automation. This session provides a simple way to evaluate a tool, the tool selection triangle. Consider 3 factors. Capability. Can the tool perform the task effectively? Can it analyze the file type you need? Can it generate the required output? Does it have access to current information if the task requires it? Ease. How easily and efficiently can you obtain the required result? A powerful tool may not be the best choice if another approved tool can complete a routine task more quickly and simply. Trust. Can its output and its handling of your information be trusted for the intended purpose? Does it provide sources when required? Is it approved by your organization? Is it suitable for confidential or regulated information? The best tool balances capability, ease, and trust. For example, for writing or editing, choose a tool that produces strong text. For long documents, choose one that supports the relevant file formats and has good document understanding capabilities. For research, choose a tool that can access current information and provide sources. For coding, use a tool designed for programming and debugging. For image work, choose an image generation or editing tool. For office documents, choose a tool that integrates effectively with productivity software. For recurring workflows, consider a system that supports automation and multi-step tasks. Productivity AI built into workplace applications can be especially useful. For example, Microsoft Copilot within Word, Excel, and PowerPoint may assist with drafting documents, analyzing spreadsheet information, and developing presentations. The exact capabilities differ between applications and may change over time, but the prompting principles discussed in this lecture remain transferable. You also do not need to use one tool for an entire project. A project may involve research, writing, image creation, presentation. Each stage may be completed with a different tool according to its strengths. Think of AI tools as a professional toolkit, not as competing products where you must remain loyal to only one. Technology changes quickly. A familiar or popular tool is not automatically the most suitable tool. Master prompting principles, not platforms. Step 3. Write an effective prompt. Once you understand the task and have selected the tool, you can write the prompt. A prompt is any instruction, question, request, or information you provide to an AI system. An effective prompt usually answers 4 simple questions. These form the golden prompt framework. What do I want? Who should AI be? What does AI need to know? How should the answer look? These correspond to goal, persona, context, constraints. You do not need to memorize the technical terms. Remember the 4 questions. Question 1. What do I want? This is your goal. Every prompt should begin with a clear objective. Instead of writing, "Tell me about drones," you could write, "Explain how drones improve airport safety." Or, more specifically, compare 3 ways drones improve airport safety and discuss 1 limitation of each. The more specific the objective, the more focused the response is likely to be. Use clear action words such as explain, summarize, compare, evaluate, rewrite, identify, develop, organize, recommend, critique. Also clarify the outcome. For example, compare these 3 training approaches and recommend the most suitable one for new technicians. That prompt is clearer then. What do you think of these approaches? Question 2. Who should AI be? This is the persona or perspective. You may ask AI to respond as a teacher, project manager, technical writer, researcher, career coach, software engineer, aviation safety specialist, or another relevant professional role. For example, you are an experienced aviation maintenance instructor. A persona can influence terminology, depth, perspective, tone, explanation style, priorities. You are not transforming the AI into a certified professional or guaranteeing expert-level accuracy. You are instructing it to approach the response from a particular perspective. That distinction matters. A persona improves framing, but it does not eliminate the need for verification. Question 3. What does AI need to know? This is context. A prompt tells AI what to do. Context tells it what it needs to know about your situation. AI may have broad general knowledge, but it only understands your specific circumstances from the information you provide. Without sufficient context, it fills the gaps by making assumptions. For example, create a training plan is a valid request, but it leaves many unanswered questions. Now compare it with create a 1-week training plan for newly hired aircraft maintenance technicians who understand basic aviation terminology but have no practical maintenance experience. The second request identifies the trainees, their existing knowledge, their experience level, and the duration of the plan. The response should therefore be more relevant and practical. We will examine context in greater detail in Part 3 because it is one of the strongest drivers of AI response quality. Question 4. How should the answer look? These are the constraints. Constraints define what the response must satisfy. They may include maximum or minimum length, output format, intended audience, writing style, tone, scope, required information sources, level of detail, use or avoidance of technical language. Examples include summarize the answer in 1 paragraph, present the comparison in a table, provide 5 bullet points, use simple language suitable for beginners, limit the response to 1 page, use only the uploaded document, avoid technical jargon, use a professional but conversational tone. Constraints reduce ambiguity and improve consistency. However, make sure your instructions are compatible. Do not ask for a comprehensive, deeply detailed analysis while also demanding an unrealistically short response. Do not request a beginner-friendly explanation and then require unexplained specialist terminology. If 2 requirements may conflict, state which one has priority. For example, keep the answer concise, but prioritize completeness if the 2 requirements conflict. Before pressing enter, check goal, persona, context, constraints. If these 4 elements are clear, your chances of receiving a useful response improve significantly. Building a better prompt, Newton's first law. Let us apply the framework. Start with explain Newton's first law. This is a legitimate prompt, but it provides very little guidance. Now improve it. You are an aviation safety instructor. Explain Newton's first law to first-year aerospace engineering students using simple language, real-world aviation examples, and a comparison table. Limit the explanation to 1 page. Now the AI understands. The goal, explain Newton's first law. The persona, an aviation safety instructor. The context and audience, first-year aerospace engineering students. The constraints, simple language, aviation examples, a comparison table, and a one-page limit. The second prompt does not use magical wording. It simply communicates more clearly. From good prompts to great prompts. For complex tasks, the four-question framework can be strengthened with additional instructions. Ask AI to request clarification. When important information may be missing, say, before answering, ask me any necessary questions to clarify missing information. This is especially useful when the task depends on details you may not realize are important. It prevents the AI from silently making avoidable assumptions. Request citations where appropriate. For factual, academic, regulatory, technical, or time-sensitive work, ask for supporting sources. For example, support important factual claims with reliable sources. But remember, asking for citations does not prove that the citations are genuine. You must verify them. Ask for explanations or stated assumptions. For complex analysis, you may ask AI to explain how it reached the recommendation, clarify its assumptions, or identify uncertainties. For example, state the assumptions used in your analysis and identify any areas of uncertainty. This makes the answer easier to evaluate. Ask for alternatives and trade-offs. Do not request only one answer when the task involves judgment. Ask for advantages and disadvantages, risks and benefits, alternative approaches, competing viewpoints, trade-offs, decision criteria. For example, compare 3 options, identify the advantages, disadvantages, and risks of each, and explain the trade-offs. These additions improve transparency and decision support. That concludes Part 2. In Part 3, we will examine the factor that often makes the greatest difference between a generic response and a useful one, providing the right context and refining the result through conversation. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in Part 3.